What is going on today, everybody? Matt Hunt here, Royal Time Garage. What we got going on for you today, well, for us really, for you to watch and see how not to do it, is 2014 Infiniti QX60. We observed, I guess, what we're fixing is the all-wheel drive coupler. There's some sort of name for it. I can put it here if you're interested, with the part number as well. But essentially what we're doing, we noticed that there was a clunk in when you turn. It happened more at low speeds. There was a clunk coming from the back. So apparently it's known for these little couplers to go out, and it just kind of gets bound up in there and causes this issue. So how we identified that was we just unplugged the coupler from, it's just a little electrical plug up above it. I can try and point it out when I'm under there. Unplugged it, turn, drive slow, and no clunking. So got the part ordered. I want to say that it was $300. That's a guess, but we ordered it. Gonna slap that new part in, and that should, in theory, resolve our issue. Let's get it.
In the neon deserted vision, to grip the old satellite with a rusty compass, map the heart-shaped reef on the chart.
All right, car's jacked up. Hopefully, she don't land on us. You ready for that surgery? This car ain't. With a rear differential coupler. Something. So simple. You could do it in your driveway, right in the middle of the highway, actually. So looks like we got about 18 bolts holding this thing on. 2, 4, 6 bolts. This is the plug that you unplug to figure out, which it's, you know, like everything, it's all the way on top, so it's kind of a pain to get to. But you unplug this, and you can turn, drive a little bit, and see if the clunking still persists. If it does, you got another issue going on. If it stops like ours did, then this should be your baby. So we got, I think the driveline bolts up to one side, I want to say, don't quote me yet. And then this is gonna bolt onto the differential. We're gonna unbolt the one that's, well, we're gonna unbolt in theory till I go down there and really put my eyes on it. We're gonna take the drive shaft off, put her over there. We're gonna get to all these bolts, which hopefully it won't be too bad, but we got a 3/8 1/4" icon ratchet that we can fit in some tight spots. Flex head, ooh baby, Harbor Freight. So we can get that up into some hard to reach spots. Take all these bolts off, easily pull that bad boy out. Assess the situation, put that thing back on there, bolt her all back up, slap that drive line on. 5 minutes, we'll be done. All right, so it looks like the differential bolts, 6, are gonna take a 14 millimeter, and the 4 driveline bolts also gonna take a 14 millimeter. So we're gonna be able to get to most of them with our impact. Pull those bad boys out. Some of them might be hard to reach, so we'll see when we get there. Hop under there with me. Oh, hi there. We're under here, and it's moist. But either way, you'll get to see what I'm looking at here. Hopefully we can zoom it out enough for you. Switching. Okay. So these are driveline bolts. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then we will have these bigger bolts for that differential coupler. So you're probably going to see just my hands working here. I'll try and get a good video or picture so you can see what I have going on, but just know that that's what I'm going to be working on. You get the point. There's not much room down there. If you had a lift, it'd be a lot easier. But I'm going to take the last few bolts out and get that coupler dropped off there. And I'll meet you back up here at the bench. Again, took some convincing. So, here she be. Is there anything I need to tell you? Yes, there is something I need to tell you. It's dead bite. We have 4 bolts that are threaded all the way down. That's the 2 top, 2 bottom. The 2 sides are threaded part way, then it's a spacer here. So remember that when you put those in. Here's all 6 bolts, 2 top, 2 top, 2 bottom, middle. Okay, so those must be done for a reason. So keep an eye out for those. Another thing is when you get this thing off, there's going to be a vacuum line, I'm assuming, is there a breather? The new one does not come with that. So you're going to have to replace that breather. And we will do that. Hopefully we can do that without breaking that thing off or doing something weird. So that's going to be the next task. So it is not threaded. This goes in the part. This is where the vacuum line hooks up. So we'll just press that in. So I'm assuming that's a breather of some sort. Got that back in. Let's make sure you don't bend it. I'll tell you right now, they're pretty soft. So I was able to, it kind of flares at the top. I was able to get my OEM tools or whatever 90s you have. Rest it on that flare. Pull it, push down, and then give her a little bit of loving on the leverage that you have, and that pushed it right in. It was kind of hard just by hand to get it, so watch out for that. So just make sure you don't screw that one up. I guess worst come to worst, order another one. I don't have a part number on hand. I'll try and find that and put it in the description below, but it might be nice just to have a spare just in case. Fortunately, we don't need one right now. So what we're going to do is we're going to get our little booties down there, and there's some silicone or some sealant gasket maker stuff down there. I'm going to clean that all up around that differential, and then get ready to, I need to put some more gasket maker sealant around that. Once it's cleaned up, then I will be ready to put on our new part. So here we go. Let's go under together.
I guess one other thing is you will need an oil pan. Look at this. No lift, gang. Woo! You will need an oil pan. Let me turn you around. So, oil pan, because you are going to get a little bit of that diff fluid coming out of there. You can kind of see around there. There is some sealant, so we're going to get that all cleaned up and wiped off and whatnot, and then put more on and put the new part on. So that's where we're at, and then we're going to need some diff fluid to fill that bad boy back up, which I think I bought some, but I'll double check. If not, then we'll wait to do anything with it until I do.
So far, not a terrible job. If you have a way to lift your car up a little higher than I do, it would be a lot easier. If you have a car lift, it would probably be 10 times easier. So I'm going to get down there, clean her up, lube her up, put this bad boy back on.
Driveline bolts, 14. Everything's a 14. We got 4 driveline bolts. I did pull this. You're going to have to pull this off and put it on the new part. So it's going to be 4 more 14s. Nothing too crazy there. So 4 driveline, 4 14s for that little adapter. And then you got the 6 14s. Remember, top 2 fully threaded, middle 2 have the spacer in them, and then the bottom 2, sorry, looking at it kind of weird here. These are the bottom 2. Middle 2, and then the top 2 or something like that. Yeah. Bottom, middle, and then there's one. It's kind of hard to see it, but it's up there. On the top. You might be able to see it. It's under that. That's that vent hose, I'm assuming is what it is. The vent that we put in. And the last thing I have to do is install a bracket that you should probably do beforehand. But the bracket hooks right up to that section right there. So, and that all that bracket does is hold these clips in here on this line, on the electrical connector. Then the electrical connector is right here. Sorry. And that's the electrical connector. So they hook right to the bracket that I'm going to install. So that is what we got going on here.
So now we got to do that little bracket, put the electrical connector up, and then fill it with diff fluid. I need to look and see what the recommended diff fluid is. I'm pretty sure that I ordered some, but I will double check. Overall, probably took me, I'd have to look at my recording time and see what time I started, but I think it probably took me a couple hours to do. It'd be a lot less if you had a better situation to get up under the car. And then it was kind of a booger trying to get that the part off just because of the sealant on there. So I had to give it a couple love taps, and finally it broke loose. So then they're splined, so you can just pull it right off the spline, put the new one on. Of course, I sealed both the part and the put some gasket maker on, and make sure that it's the one that I'm using is just the ultra black gasket maker. It is oil resistant, and you will probably need something like that. So yeah, I mean, it wasn't terrible. If I had a lift, it would have probably been a pretty damn easy job. It's a lot harder when you're working off your back and no space. What is going on? It's another day down here in the garage. We are going to finish up this. I just crawled under there. No leakage. So that's a very good thing. We let that gasket maker seal up. So now we're going to drain and refill the rear end, the rear diff. It does call for API GL-5 fluid. I just bought the old synthetic Lucas 7590. So we're going to fill that bad boy up, drain it, fill it up till she spits. Move on to the next one.
To do the rear differential here, we are going to get an 8mm hex and try and get my body situated here. The bottom drain bolt. Normally just leave them up there if they come down here.
To get to the drain, you're gonna have to drop your spare tire unless you have like a super stubby 8mm hex. You might be able to get like a Allen tool, shape in there. But if you don't want to do that and you just want to drop the tire to get to it, easy access from everywhere. Here in the trunk, pop this bad boy open, and then it's kind of hard to see. I don't have my light on me right now. That bolt right there is 21mm, and you're just going to undo that. That will take you down, and it'll start dropping your spare tire. So we're going to drop that bad boy down so we can access that fill bolt, fill this rear diff up. Get it. Not a bad time if your spare's ever out. Just check the air pressure in it, because I know that's one of those things we don't really think about. Out of sight, out of mind until you need it, and then you throw it on and it's flat. Ugh. All right, so we just finished up. This is the next day. We gave it a day for that gasket maker to do its thing. No leaks under it. That's perfect. Drained the rear diff, filled it back up with some fresh Lucas, and now we're gonna open this bad boy up and probably go take it for a little spin and see if it clunks or not. And that will be that. You'll probably hear back from me if it's clunking. We're going to have more research to do, but if it's not, things should be fixed, issue resolved, and we're on to the next thing. And probably stay tuned. I'm going to do a review on that Harbor Freight snap-on 3/8 quarter-inch swap deal that I did. So stay tuned, and we'll probably see you on a quick review here in just a second.